So what is money when there's no scarcity? This is a question most people don't think through. And we don't know the answer, but what is scarcity in that world? Yes, there's some things that are purposefully scarce. One of the reasons I've collected a lot of NFTs is there is scarcity there. There is scarcity in experiences, human experiences. They become more expensive. But all of the things that we think of as scarce, lawyers, accountants, research writers, all of this stuff goes to zero. Zero. So money doesn't have much of a purpose when almost most of the things that we do for economic day-to-day activity don't have value at all.
Bitcoin Zella stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to Bitcoin Zella today and enjoy the new edge. We've got about 6 years. I put 2030 as a rough date when we don't begin to understand how anything works. And so therefore, I would like to be on the other side of that protected. Raoul Pal.
If money becomes valueless, then either Bitcoin is valueless too, or it's immensely valuable because it is scarce in its supply. And it just trades on its scarcity like gold does. So I'm not entirely sure. I can see it both ways. I can see what's the point? Why do we need an exchange, units of exchange, in which case it all goes to zero, or at least it's some level of economic security that has value over time. Because once you get to the 21 million Bitcoin, they become like X copy NFTs. They're just valuable in their own right because there's a certain amount that can exist. But is there demand for it? That's another question. I don't know. Yes, there's massive demand for blockchain technology because that is how money, value, the internet, everything runs in the future, including AI. But does Bitcoin have value? I mean, that's a contentious statement. The answer is I don't know. I think, we have to hear some debates from people around this idea because I don't think people are thinking, well, if we don't need money, really, what's the point?
Yeah,
does it solve a problem when the world's deflationary?
The crypto market was turning down for the third day on November 1 as market participants reacted to the growing uncertainty surrounding the November 5 U.S. presidential election outcome. Former President Trump has seen his odds of winning the election drop from 67% on October 30 to 61% on November 1, according to Polymarket. The victory odds for Democrat candidate and Vice President Kamala Harris have risen to 39% from 33% over the same period. Meanwhile, the share price for the Trump Media and Technology Group, which is seen by some market analysts as a proxy for Trump's victory chances next week, has crashed 34% over the last 72 hours after gaining 352% in October. The broader stock markets also had a rough time on October 30, with the Nasdaq closing the day 2.7% down and the S&P 500 dropping 1.7%. The S&P 500 is about to post its largest daily drop since September 5th, declared capital markets commentator the Kobayashi letter in an October 31 post-X. Nearly $800 billion of market cap has been wiped out from the S&P 500 today. It is worth noting that the 2024 U.S. presidential election is not the only factor shaping the current market environment. Market participants are also watching the incoming earnings reports from tech companies, geopolitical tensions in the Middle East, and the Federal Reserve's rate cut decision on November 7. The liquidation of long positions versus short ones across the broader crypto market has further fueled the underperformance of digital assets today. Notably, the crypto derivatives market has witnessed over $286.1 million worth of liquidations in the last 24 hours, out of which $253 million were longs. More than $112.7 million leveraged positions have been liquidated over the last 12 hours alone.
Everyone needs to drop their understanding of what blockchain is because they come with an anchor. They come with an anchor based on Bitcoin and blah, 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 blah. What it is a globalized, decentralized ledger that records truth. And so in a world where there's more machine-based activity, we need a way of recording what is truth, what are transactions, what are contracts, what are all of that, right? That's what blockchain will do. So basically, the internet of the future can't run without it. It just simply can't. And that's what people don't get, that it's more than just money. It's basically how a digital world runs. We can't be more digital without this transition that we're seeing, which is why the adoption is so big over time and ongoing. And when it comes to the intersection of AI, well, AI is also an extension of the internet. When David Bowie's interview about the internet was still the greatest thing of all time, when he says it's an alien fucking life form. And people didn't get it, but it is, and it's coming alive, right? The internet is coming alive via AI. So it has now a payment system, a system of record and truth, and it is living on this thing that we built, this web. So these things are so inseparable in what they are, because they are the internet. They are us in many ways as well, because AI is trained on all of humanity and our thoughts and everything. So economic activity has to be recorded on blockchain. Contracts have to be recorded on blockchain. That's most things. Most things are a contract in some way, shape, or form. So that all goes into the blockchain technology. At a simpler form, obviously, an AI can't get a bank account. It's hard enough to get a bloody bank account as it is, but you don't need one. You just have a wallet. And you're seeing this with this GOAT token and the truth terminal of truths is Brian Armstrong reached out and said, I'll give you your own wallet. So because he knows that this is where this is going. AIs will have their own wallets, and it all works without us having to be involved. And as long as you've got a blockchain, you've got proof and truth. And so they're totally inseparable from each other. They are all the same thing, which is our digital future. Yeah, I think people are only seeing this right now as, oh, there's a new source of demand for this company. What they're not seeing, they're just not seeing it, is this is a wholesale change in the economy, society, and everything else. That this is the biggest change we've ever gone through. They will see it, and we will end up with a full-blown bubble cycle at some point as people understand what the fuck is happening. But they're so far behind understanding it. I can see how Tesla is trading. People just don't understand the scale of this thing. And so they can only make sense of it by investing in NVIDIA or saying, oh, NVIDIA's a bubble. That's basically the whole AI thing in a nutshell. Oh, nobody's using it yet. Well, you don't want to be a doctor, a lawyer, a banker, a trader, anybody, and admit, holy fuck, this thing's coming. And it's going to be better than me in everything I do.
After failing to breach the $2.242 trillion barrier in March, the bulls retreated toward the support level at $1.81 trillion after Teodol. The aggregate market value of all cryptocurrencies set a swing low at $1.69 trillion early August. The price has since recovered to the current market value of $2.28 trillion. Despite the recovery, a bear flag can be seen on the daily chart, which hints at the continuation of the downtrend. The total price is counting on support from the flag's lower boundary at $2.24 trillion. A daily candlestick close below this level would signal a bearish breakout from the chart formation, projecting a decline toward the technical target of the prevailing chart pattern at $1.48 trillion. Such a move would represent a 35% descent from the current price. And do not forget to subscribe to Bitcoin Zella. The most important news will reach your inbox on a daily basis and for free. I do not know why you have not subscribed yet. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more daily updates. Remember, knowledge is power, and we're here to empower you on your financial journey. Until next time, happy investing.